any money that does not have a structure on how it should be spent can be spent on anything.
Is financial discipline the same thing as stinginess?
This will make me to laugh. There is the fear of spending money, which is chromatophobia.
Those people that have money, they have built wealth. Is financial discipline also for them?
I'll say this, that financial indiscipline is actually the lack of control or planning or intentionality in the way money is managed.
David Charles was here on the first episode, Building Sustainable Wealth, and I'm glad to have him back again. Listen, there are principles for building and creating wealth. There are also principles for maintaining and sustaining wealth. Financial discipline is one of the principles for creating wealth. But one of the menaces that cripple wealth is financial indiscipline. Now I'm back with a fresh episode, Financial Discipline. And I'm together with my brother David Charles. Welcome, sir. It's been a long time. He was here on the first episode, Building Sustainable Wealth, and I'm glad to have him back again. David Charles is a crypto analyst. Now listen, we want to run this as a series. We might have 2 to 3 series under this financial discipline. So we are starting with the first one, which is understanding financial discipline. And I have a lot of questions, as the custom is to throw to our guest. But before I start throwing the question, in general, sir, right? What do you have to say about the subject matter?
Right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Let me start on this note. Michael Off, in his book or article, Those Who Remain, said something. He said, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. Now, this is speaking of a circle.
Yeah.
A circle where people tend to go back to slavery. Why? Because they don't know certain principle or what brought about what they are. Now, we're living in a world whereby people actually are seeking for attention. People are seeking to prove a point. All in the name of that, all in the name of proving a point. You will find out that someone just break into, maybe he just got the money, so a large sum of money, and the next thing they're thinking of is just to inflate their lifestyle.
Lavish.
Yeah.
Fly around, change brands.
Yeah. And so that is actually a wrong decision. That is actually a wrong decision. And to bypass this, I believe this is where financial discipline is important. And even as an entrepreneur, we will know that basic economy will tell us that one of the first principle of capital formation is savings.
Yeah.
So, and you will agree with me that any money that does not have a structure on how it should be spent can be spent on anything. And that is where discipline comes in.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any money that doesn't have a structure on how it should be spent can be spent on anything.
Yes, sir.
That's why we need financial discipline to guide us. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
that.
very much, sir.
So I throw you the first question if you are ready.
All right, sir.
What is financial indiscipline?
All right. I'll say this, that financial indiscipline is actually the lack of control or planning or intentionality in the way money is managed. Now, this actually surfaces in several ways. One of the ways being that people, which is impulsive spending, whereby you just find out that people just want to buy even when they don't, it's not part of their budget. You just find that someone may it's just walking around the market and he just sees this thing, he buys, he just sees this thing, he buys. And that is actually one of the traces of financial indiscipline. And another is collecting credit or loans for consumption. Yeah, you see people, they collect loans instead of rich people actually collect loans to invest.
Yeah.
Because maybe they don't have that amount of money needed to close that particular deal. So they will collect loans in order to invest.
Yeah.
Although I'm not an advocate of loans, but then I believe if you are collecting loans, there should be a justification for that. That you are either collecting loan to actually buy an asset, or you are collecting loan to invest in a business that you know that actually the returns is going to be tangible. But then you find out that people make such financial mistake of collecting loans in order to consume.
Yeah.
And another financial mistake I guess people do is the lack of proper accountability when it comes to your finance.
Wow.
Of which it's actually a menace too. Another challenge or menace, or let me say one of the financial indiscipline practices people do are also prioritizing your wants over needs.
So you don't collect loans, or you don't do loans for consumption purposes.
Yes.
It is best or wise if you have an investment plan on ground.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you very much.
So this would drive me to another question. Right?
All right.
There are so many misconceptions around this financial discipline.
Right.
One of which they said stinginess. So I want to ask the question around stinginess. Is financial discipline the same thing as stinginess?
All right. This will make me to laugh. But it's true, I understand. At some point, once you are disciplined with your finance, it's looking more like you're stingy. That is the way it looks. But then let me break this into chunks. But then a billionaire said, I heard a billionaire who said that I was hard on myself and it actually paid me. And that is because he's saying that he was financially disciplined and it actually paid him. But then this is it. Now there's difference between stinginess and financial discipline. There is also difference between now let me explain the concept before coming to this.
Yeah.
The word money in the Greek is called kremata. And there is what we call krematophobia.
Krematophobia.
This is actually the fear of money. But then there is the fear of spending money, which is chromatophobia. And most times, chromatophobia is actually the irrational fear of spending money. Now, what do I mean? Some people have this anxiety when it comes to having money. There are some people that they don't like money. Some people even have the fear of even touching money. So it can go as bad as that. But then some people have that irrational fear of spending money. If you tell them, if you bring a bill, it brings anxiety to them. That is actually not financial discipline. That is actually an irrational fear. It's not something normal. Yes. But then on the other hand, there is what we call oniomania.
Oniomania.
Yes. Which is actually the excessive desire to spend money. So this is what it means. On the other hand, if you look at the extremes, this other side is saying that they are afraid of spending money. This other side, they just feel like, let me just spend. Have you met people like that, sir? That when you get to a place, they wish they can buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. And
my mom used to say something about that. He said, there are some of you, if they give you money, your body will just begin to shake. You just want to spend it. You just want to spend it.
So you see that some people have impulsive desire to actually spend, while on the other hand, some people have this anxiety when it comes to spending money. But then financial discipline is actually a rational decision when spending money. So while this one gives you fear, while this one makes you to spend without thinking, this one makes you to spend with caution. That is to say, everything you're spending has it's worth it. Now, stinginess on the other side, it's actually a personality trait. Now, what do I mean? A stingy person actually can even have money to spend and will not spend. They don't like paying bills, not because they don't have money, but because they don't want money to leave their hand. You get it? So some people actually have that. So when you look at it, chromatophobia is actually the fear of spending money, while onomania is actually the impulsive desire to spend money, while stinginess is actually personality trait, which a person can have money or can and decide not to spend it, or they are not willing to actually spend. Yes.
Thank you so much. We will discuss more on this maybe in the next build up, so that I can throw you the last question. Now, this financial discipline, right? Yeah. Is it also for the rich people that have built wealth over time? You know, those people that have money, they have built wealth. Is financial discipline also for them?
Okay. Now, for me, I guess financial discipline is for everybody. And if you are even rich, that is the more reason why you need to be cautious.
Wow.
Do you know why? Now, there's what I call untamed freedom. And untamed freedom normally leads to disastrous outcome. Now, imagine you have a money. Let's take it with this particular scenario that there is a tap, and the tap actually brings out water. It's actually coming from a tank. And let's take let's take for example that the valve is not actually working well. So the continual dripping of that water, no matter how big the tank is, if it is continuous, by a time will come whereby it's going to reduce in capacity, in measure. It's going to reduce until it's no more. Unless there is a consistent source. Even if there is a consistent source, you have to be careful, because there are uncertainties. So as you can see, if you have much, it even calls for you to be more disciplined. Why? Because any wealth that is not properly guided, we have said it from the onset that it is more difficult to actually guard wealth than getting it at some point. Because most times, keeping it entails setting up structure. You have to set up accountability structure. You have to set up your spending culture. You have to set up what are the things, excesses you need to cut off, and some of those things. All of these built together will make for financial discipline. But if this is not put in place, your flow might be cut off at any point.
Wow.
Yes. And excessive spending can just make you lose whatever you've gotten. Yes, sir.
So financial discipline is for everybody.
It's for everybody, sir.
But the rich, the poor, it doesn't matter how consistent your flow is, you need financial discipline to guide you. There are unforeseen circumstances, just like he said.
Let me add up to that.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was reading something about the richest man in Africa, Aliko Dangote. And they went to park in a place. And so they told them that this is the amount we park. This is the amount you pay to park in that particular place.
Yeah.
And people will just come, they just pay and then go. People and then go. I've forgotten the amount. But then he said something. His response actually amazed me. A man of his status is not supposed to complain of that particular amount based on the amount I saw.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact amount. I guess was it $14 or something like that. I can't remember the exact. So this is the amount you pay in order to secure a parking space. Everybody was coming and he was paying, but as a businessman, he came, he asked, the first thing he inquired was that this money is too much for this. Why am I paying this particular amount? As you can see, ordinary, what is $14 to a man that is
of his caliber?
Yes. But then he asked that question considering that he's actually an entrepreneur. Every dime matters.
Every dime matters.
Yes. Remove 1 naira from 1,000, it makes it 999 naira.
It's no longer 1,000.
Yes. So a business mind and entrepreneurs actually notice that the little amount you will get on a product will actually increase you or will actually reduce you. So that is why you see businesses, they can build a product and what they are looking for is just 5 naira. They don't see based on the singular product. They see it based on the compound interest, whereby when you gather the product, imagine when at least maybe you're getting 5 naira in the product. Imagine when you produce 5 million copies of that, and yes, and so you see that you're going to get. So
it's
like
not in the price, but
yes.
actually, just like I said, every dime matters.
Yes.
As long as it's going to the masses.
Yes. So as you can see, financial discipline is up to being the first hand instrument that every rich person will have to get.
You need to hold on to financial discipline, and every other person. You are a business person, you are a startup person. Financial discipline is something that needs to guide your finances, if at all you are looking forward to growing wealth and sustaining it.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for that. So, but what are the common practices of financial, indiscipline?
Okay, it's actually unique to locations, whereby some of the menace here in Nigeria are actually unique to Nigeria. But then generally, I'm going to list some of them, of which one amongst them is poor planning.
Poor planning.
Yes. So people don't plan, people don't budget. So most times when people plan, when people budget, they actually spend outside, or that is what I call what I was saying concerning impulsive spending.
Yes.
Now, when people write a list of budget, and this is what I want to get, they tend to switch to another thing because they just saw it. But then, one thing we have to understand is that financial discipline is very hard. It's very hard. But then it takes a heart that is ready about changing their financial status or sustaining what they have in order to imbibe that. And you will definitely need it if you need sustainable wealth. And so one of it is poor budgeting or poor planning, and another is debt mismanagement. So what do I mean? I've actually explained it on the other initially, that many people actually they collect loans
for consumption,
and that is actually wrong. And another financial indiscipline practice is lifestyle inflation. Like I've rightly said, when people just break into an amount of money, the first thing that comes to their mind is how I will start upgrading my life, things I will start getting, how much the clothes I will get, the houses, all these are good, but everything can be taken step by step. So another challenge is overdependence on salary.
Wow.
So most people that are salarian actually tend to peck on that particular salary. It's good that you're living your life based on what you have, but that is limitation. That is limitation. You have to diversify. You have to invest. You have to invest. And that is the mistake that most salarians are doing. They tend to live their life based on what they have, and they are not thinking about what next, should I invest or not to invest. That's very wrong. And another financial indiscipline practices is the prioritizing wants over needs. Wow. You get it? So most people now, this is it. Most people they know their needs, but they don't. Once they go to the market or they want to purchase something, maybe let's say for example, I know I need food. Food is a necessity. Actually, food is a necessity. Now, when I go to buy food, and on reaching there, I saw a wristwatch that I like, and I'm drawn to it. Without any form of restriction, I go to get that wristwatch. If I come back and I become hungry, it's a need. I must have to go and look for money to eat. So that is actually one of the financial indiscipline practices people are doing. They go to spend on wants over needs. And we're going to come to that place where we will explain how you structure that. And another another financial indiscipline practice is neglecting financial education. People tend not to, they feel as if getting financial education is a waste of time. But like what you're doing now is very important. You are getting financial education.
Exactly.
Now, financial education is very important because if people are not informed, they cannot take the right decision. Now, obviously, some people don't know anything about financial discipline, and it will amaze you that some people don't know about it. And whether some people know, but they don't know that it's actually hard. So I'm telling you now that it's actually hard because you're going to delay a lot of gratification in order to achieve this particular discipline. So it's not actually easy. It's something that will cost you a lot of things.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. So, guys, it's been an amazing session. One of the things that you should take home from this is live 10 steps below your income, below your earning. If you are earning 10 million, live as though you are earning 1 million. That is also a financial discipline that will help you and guide you. And try to watch out for the common practices of this financial indiscipline: poor planning, debt, lifestyle, over dependency. When you get money, you don't just jump into buying Gucci bag or Louis Vuitton or buying that Porsche. Learn to, delay your gratifications and allow your wealth to build. Put priority to financial education. Now, this is just the first episode on this financial discipline, and we are coming back with the second episode, which is going to be strategies for financial discipline. That will be the second episode, strategies for financial discipline. But we'll have to go for now because of our time. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. David for being on this show. So just before we close down this session, I don't know if you have something to chip in.
All right. Okay. Now, there is something I call the flow state of wealth. This is actually when wherever you're turning to, you see money coming. So if you get to the point, that is where you need to be more careful. Why? Because like we've said, untamed freedom will lead to disastrous outcome.
Yeah.
So, and let us understand that financial discipline is not actually a practice of making you stingy. It's actually what is needed in order to safeguard your wealth. And you will need all of those discipline in order to keep. So, as you're prioritizing getting financial education, ensure that you are putting it to practice. In that way, you are going to achieve your goal. And I believe if you put all of the boxes together, the sky is your starting point.
The sky is our starting point. Thank you
very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. David.
I'll
see you on the next episode of this series.
All right. Thank you, sir.